Hi, welcome to Cooking Like a Guy. Today we're going to make something simple, but it's not so simple. We're going to make popcorn. So what do you need for popcorn? You need some corn oil. Vegetable oil is good. Olive oil is good too, but it burns at a lower temperature, so this is better for us. Popcorn seeds, of course. Something to measure with. This is half a cup. Yeah, I like a little popcorn salt. And of course you need something to put it in so that you can eat it. So we have a nice pot. This pot is nothing special except for the fact that it has a nice thick bottom so it retains heat. So I'm going to turn on the stove. What am I going to set it to? Oh, medium high right now. I'm going to pour a little bit of popcorn oil. Corn oil. And how much do I pour in, you ask? Good question. We pour in enough to wet the entire bottom, and I help that along by twirling the pot. And so now the entire bottom is wet. You don't want a deep pool of oil, because after all, you got to eat it all because it's going to be in the popcorn. But enough so that when you pour in your seeds, they're all going to get wet. I'm just going to add a little dab more. So again, I don't measure because, you know, cooking like a guy doesn't like to measure. Now, while this is getting hot, we're going to throw in, not all our seeds, but just a few seeds. We're talking like maybe 4, 5, 6, or 7. Maybe there's 8 in there. I don't know. But just a few. Because what we're going to let this do is get really hot, and we're going to let those pop. Those are our test kernels. And what's going to happen is once they start popping, we know that the oil is hot enough for what we want to do, which is make popcorn. Then we're going to pour in the other seeds, and they're going to come up to this temperature, and then we're going to turn the stove back on, and they're all going to like explode almost at the same time. Oh, did you see that? That was amazing. It just exploded all by itself. Okay, so that's all we really need. We don't need all the other ones to pop. We just need one to pop, because that tells us it's hot enough for us to pour in the rest of the seeds. So I'm going to lift the lid, pour in my seeds, spread them around. So now they're all wet with this very hot oil, right? And then set my timer for 2 minutes and turn off the stove. Watch the stove turn off. And so now we let it warm up or get really hot for 2 minutes. Then we're going to turn the stove back on. Okay, it is time to turn the stove back on. And we put it back to that kind of medium-high heat. By the way, another thing you might want to get is mitts so that you don't burn yourself. Because, you know, nothing like a guy with burnt hands ain't attractive. Now, people say, do I have to shake the pot? No, for most of it, you don't. The only time you shake is when you start getting a lot of popcorn going and you want to get the kernels back to the bottom. But overall, you really don't have to shake it. You see how active the popping is? It's just not a few, it's like a lot of them going off at once. And when do I know to stop heating it and burn my popcorn? Not when you smell that it's burning, but when you're down to the pops like every 3 to 4 seconds, and then that's it. It's done. Like, see? There's almost nothing popping there. So it's probably time to turn it off. So we turn off the stove. You see, you hear a few strays, but you don't hear much popping going on. Okay, it's time to pour ourselves some popcorn. Now, what is it that we don't see? A bunch of kernels, look! Like almost everything popped. Like I really don't see a seed in there, but there could be a seed in there. All right, that's the magic of doing it like a guy. Put a little salt on it, shake it around, enjoy.